Metropolitan Opera Auditions of the Year.
The Metropolitan Opera Auditions of the Year, presented in their 19th season by the American Broadcasting Network in collaboration with the Metropolitan Opera Company. This evening you will hear Sophia STEFAN of High Point, North Carolina, and John McCURDY of Detroit, Michigan, with the American Broadcasting Symphony under the baton of the distinguished Metropolitan Opera conductor, Kurt Adler. Our host, as always, for these Metropolitan Opera Auditions of the Year is American celebrated music commentator, Milton Cross. Now, Mr. Cross.
Good evening. As we open our 19th season of these Auditions of the Year, it seems very appropriate that we mention two events at the Metropolitan Opera. The debut this season of Ezio Flagello, one of the winners of last year's auditions, and the presence in the cast of the world premiere of Samuel Barber's Vanessa of three former participants in these auditions, Helena Stieber, Regina Resnick, and Rosalind Elias. It is with some pride that we point to these events and to the long list of former contestants now on the roster of the Metropolitan. This year, 1958, will bring some of tomorrow's great singers their first opportunities, as yesterday's Auditions of the Year gave theirs to so many present-day stars. Now, our first young singer of 1958. The birthplace of John McCurdy is Detroit, Michigan. It was there that he began to sing in a church choir as a boy soprano, but by the time he was 12 years old, his voice had changed to such an extent already that his range was nearly what it is today, that of a bass. It was in Detroit as well that he learned the craft of a tool and die model maker, and went on toward an engineering degree at Wayne State University. But as he tells us, music stayed with him as his primary ambition. 4 years as a radar instructor at Keesler Air Force Base opened the door for him. And while he was still in uniform, he sang in Samson and Delilah for the New Orleans Opera House Association and for the Mobile, Alabama Opera Guild. Since his return to civilian life, he has continued his studies intensively and has appeared in the famous Tanglewood Festival for 2 seasons, among other engagements. One of the most popular bass arias in the repertoire is from one of Verdi's less often performed operas, Simon Boccanegra. That aria is heard now as John McCurdy sings Il Lacerato Spirito. McCURDY has sung Il Acerato Spirito from Verdi's Simon Boccanegra with Kurt Adler conducting. When Sophia STEFAN was in high school in her hometown of High Point, North Carolina, the director of the chorus there encouraged her to study voice professionally. That was the beginning for this dark-haired young mezzo-soprano who has pursued her studies at Northwestern University, at the University of North Carolina, and here in New York City at the Juilliard School of Music. One interesting aspect of her career to date is the fact that while she was still at the University of North Carolina, she sang some 20 Carmens with the Grassroots Opera Company, bringing opera into the far corners of her state and even into the mountains of Virginia. She has sung with the Juilliard Opera Theater at the Empire State Music Festival in their 1957 production of Richard Strauss's Elektra, and at the Aspen, Colorado Summer Festival. Miss STEFAN recalls with some amusement and nostalgia that at the age of 15, she was the entire choir at her church, accompanying herself on the organ. High in the favor of mezzo-sopranos is the music we are to hear now. From Massenet's Werther, Sophia STEFAN sings the letter scene. Sophia Stefan has sung the letter scene from Massenet's Werther with Kurt Adler conducting. The score of Carl Maria von Weber's historic work, Der Freischütz, provides Mr. McCurdy with a dramatic aria from the role of Kaspar. John McCurdy sings Schweig, Schweig from Der Freischütz. Adler conducting the ABN Symphony, John McCurdy has sung Schweig, Schweig, Kasper's aria from Der Freischütz by Carl Maria von Weber. From the first act of Mozart's Così fan tutte, Sophia Stefan sings Dorabella's aria.
Away from here, for in my state of frenzy I might do something desperate. You must draw all the curtains. I hate the sunlight, hate the air I am breathing. Even
ABN Symphony, Kurt Adler conducting, Sophia Stefan has sung Dorabella's aria from Mozart's Così fan tutte. In the first act of Mignon by Ambroise Thomas, Mignon and her father sing one of the rare mezzo-soprano-basso duets in the literature. Sophia Stefan and John McCurdy sing the Duet of the Swallows. The Duet of the Swallows from Mignon by Thomas. This is Milton Cross inviting you to be with us next week at this time on most of these same stations for the next of these Metropolitan Opera auditions of the air.
You have been listening to the Metropolitan Opera Auditions of the Air, presented in their 19th season by the American Broadcasting Network in collaboration with the Metropolitan Opera Company. This evening you have heard Sophia Stefan of High Point, North Carolina, and John McCURDY of Detroit, Michigan, with the American Broadcasting Symphony under the direction of the distinguished Metropolitan Opera conductor, Kurt Adler. Your host for these auditions of the air is American celebrated music commentator Milton Cross. The Metropolitan Opera Auditions of the Air are written by Ira Marion, coordinated for the Metropolitan Opera Company by John Gutman, produced and directed by William Marshall. This is Don Gardner speaking.
This is American, the American Broadcasting Network.